Hello friends, Cheryl here with Inked Pulp, and I'm back again with another 12-minute tips video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I appreciate you being here and hope you'll take a moment to subscribe, turn on notifications, and hit that thumbs up. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. As always, I appreciate your support. Today I want to talk to you about an alternative way of attaching buttons to your project. Could be to a page, it could be to a tag, to an envelope tag, just about anything. So I want to show you a different way to attach them. We all know that you can take a button and run some thread through it. Let's see if I can get this camera. I've been having problems getting it to focus lately, and this is a brand new camera. You all know that you can put some thread through a button, tie a bow, just tie some strings, make it look as if the button is sewn on, or you can actually sew it on. So we all know how to attach a button that way, or you can glue it. Just put some glue on the back and glue your button down. What I want to show you is using some different types of threads, and I have some hemp cord, this is crochet thread, this is paper cord. I also have some embossing thread that you can use. You can use just about anything as long as it's not too thick to go through the buttonhole. So let's move all this out of the way. Take a button and let's see if we can't figure out how to find a different way to attach it. So I will start with some of this crochet thread. And I'm going to bring you down just a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to take this thread and push it through the hole in the button. Now I'm going to bend it in half. So I have two pieces hanging out. Then I'm going to push it through the hole. Now if it doesn't want to go through easily, this one went through fairly easily and I could grab it. I'll show you what to do if it doesn't go through. So you take it and you have something like this, and you're going to make, if you know what a lark's head knot is, we're going to make a lark's head knot. We're going to take this loop and pull the two ends through to attach the thread. Now if you put it through the back, the little over loop is going to be on the back side. If you push the thread through the front, and let me cut another little piece of this and I'll show you what I mean. If you push the thread through the front of the button, okay, now I'm having a little trouble getting this one through, so I'll show you how we fix that. It's actually pretty easy. When you're trying to put your thread through, if it's not going through, just take a pokey tool. I use a little pair of tweezers. This is a 4-hole button, so I gotta make sure I'm putting it through the right one. And just push it through there until it goes through enough that you can grab it on the other side. And it works with most, unless your button is just really tiny and has really, really tiny holes, it should work just fine. So there again, I have the loop. I'm going to pull the ends back through the loop and tighten it up. So you see that on one side, let me show you here. Let's get it to focus. There we go. So on one side, you've got the over loop part of it on the top of the button, and on the other it goes under. Now you could do them both different like this, or you could do them the same way. So if I turn over the button, again, you see the loop going over is on the back here. Okay, so that's how we start. We're going to take these threads and put it through the button. Now, I have one that I have already done, and I'm going to show you how we attach it. Now on this one, this is a small button, small 4-hole button, and I have the loops coming up over the top. And again, this is a 4-hole button. You can do this with 2-hole or 4-hole. And what I'm going to do, move these buttons out of the way. going to take this little fall sticker here, not sticker, but little banner, and I want to place this maybe at a diagonal so that it goes kind of across, and I'm going to separate the threads just a little bit, put them over the top, and then I'm going to tape them onto the back, okay, till you get that just where you want it. Now I've got a little extra piece of tape. I can cut that off with scissors in just a minute. Then I'm going to take another little piece of tape, and I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom, only I'm going to do this at a diagonal. So I'm going to run this at a diagonal, turn it over, make sure my pieces are separated, and tape it on. Okay, once I've taped it on the way I want, I'm going to cut off, this is a real narrow piece, so I've got some extra tape there. Cut off my ends. And there you have it. Isn't that just the cutest little thing? Now, if you want to, you can put some glue behind the button if you feel that it's not secure enough, but it should be fine, especially if you now put this down on a page and glue the fall banner down. But look how cute that is. Come on. There we go. Look how cute that is on there. I want to show you with another button that I have. This is a little tag, little green, and I put some just book page down and a little believe down here, and I want to attach this going kind of right across here. So I'm going to pull out some of my hemp cord. Actually, no, you know what I think I'll use instead? I think if I can find it here in my thread box, there it is. I want to use this embroidery thread. And so I'm going to cut a piece. I'm going to pull it up. I kind of like the knot or the loop part to show on the front. That's just my personal preference. It's kind of like when you put a string through a tag. It depends on which way you go through as to where that little loop is going to go. So I'm just going to poke this through till I can grab it on the other side. There it is. Make my loop. And there's one side. Although I did it exactly opposite on this one. I came up through the back, so it's going to be on the back. If you enter the hole through the back, then your loop is going to cross over in the back. If you enter through the front, it's going to cross on the front. All right, let's poke that through. Grab it on the other side. And there you've got your button. And how cute is that? Again, I'm going to take a little bit of Scotch tape. You could put this down with glue too, but I think it's easier to stick it down with the tape. And I've got really long ends, so we're going to tape that down on the back. Again, you could put it at a diagonal. I'm just going to put this one straight across. Get my two strings separated just a little bit. wrap them around to the back side. And you want them to be about the same space apart on both sides, although you can adjust that once you have it on. And then I'm going to tape them down, cut off the tails, and there you go. You've got the cutest little button now attached in a fun way that's a little different from just gluing it down. Now this is a tag, so you say, well, if I want to write on the back, you obviously can't write on that. You would back it with another piece of paper, and these threads are pretty flat, so they're not going to really impede the act of writing, so you just put a cover over that. But there's another example. The other thing you can do, I've got, actually not this one, that's not what I'm looking for, this one. Here's one that I've already strung, and this button has got some texture. It's got a little ridge right here, so again, now I could put a piece of lace under that if I wanted to. Let's take a little piece of lace. It's probably a little too much. If I wanted to put a little piece of lace under that, I'd probably glue that on first, but I guess you wouldn't necessarily have to, since you're going to tack down your threads. So there's a little piece of lace. You could put another piece of paper. You could put ribbon, fabric, whatever you like. You could take a little, fabric flower and put on there, and then put the button over the top as the center. We'll do this one, and then I have another one that I've already done that I want to show you. There we go. And again, if this were a piece, an embellishment that you were gluing down, then this is as far as you would have to go with it. If it's going to be something you want to write on, you're just going to put a backing over the back. But there we go. How cute is that? Now my lace, the way I cut it, it left a little end flapping, so I'm just going to tuck that under. And there we have a little button and lace. There we go. So isn't that cute? I made another one that I wanted to show you. This is a vintage wrapper for some seam binding, and I thought, oh, how fun would that be in a sewing journal? So I took a blue button, put some red threads on it, and wrapped the blue button around. So I think that's a fun way to do it too. I've got a pocket here that could be glued down, and if I wanted to, I could stick a button on here. Again, I could put a piece of paper behind it. I could do any number of things behind it and then attach my string. So there's really no limit. Got this piece here that would be fun, and when the string's attached, they could go through these little holes that are around the scalloped edge, so you could actually thread them in through that to attach. So lots of different ideas, but I wanted to share with you because it is a different way to attach buttons to your project, where you don't have to have glue, although you certainly could glue them if you wanted to. So that's my 12-minute tip. I hope it was helpful, and I hope that you'll give it a try, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.